Hey guys, this is Joshua Adept Ape channel, and in this video we're going to be discussing me and my YouTube channel. Now if you go on the Google and you type in Adept Ape, the top things that come up in the search are location and my contact information. Now, my contact information is actually in pretty much every video, and it always has been, and that's because there's really only one way to get a hold of me. I don't have a toll-free number, I don't have a Facebook or an Instagram or anything like that. It's adeptape@yahoo.com. That's an email address. You can email me. I'm the only one that replies to them, and I will reply to your email. Also, adeptape@yahoo.com on PayPal if you wish to donate. Thank you very much. That's the only way to get a hold of me. Now, don't email me and say, give me a call, here's my phone number. I got 4,000 questions for you. I do phone calls, but you need to email me first, and we can get that set up. It's a little more complicated than me just giving you a call. Now, that's my contact information. Now, if you've watched my videos, you know I don't say my full name. I don't say my exact location or who I work for. At least I have not. Not going to say my full name. My name's Josh. That's all you need to know. But where do I work? Or at least what part of the country I'm in. So if you're in North Carolina, how close am I to you? Well, for the first time, I work in the state of Idaho. Now, you might be thinking that's a pretty big state. Why don't you say exactly where you are? If you want me to work on your vehicle, send me an email. adeptape@yahoo.com. It'll be in the video description, and I will be happy to work on your vehicle if you're willing to bring it to me. I'm assuming you want to know my location because you want me to work on it. It could be you want to know my location so I never work on your vehicle or even have the chance to work on your vehicle. Either way, I'm not judging. Now, that being said, that's my contact information and where I work. Who do I work for? Well, gotta take our hat off here. Look at that. I'm not bald. That's probably people think I'm bald because I always wear a hat. I actually don't even wear hats most of the time, but I work for Western States Cat. Now, Western States Caterpillar is the cat dealership for kind of the inner Pacific Northwest, if you will. This is their dealer territory region, kind of. They don't have all of this territory, but kind of the central portions of all that. So there's Idaho right there. Not only that, since I'm saying where I work, the dealership I work for, Western States Caterpillar, has decided to give away some free merchandise. Their marketing department is actually going to not directly sponsor the channel, but they're willing to give me some merch, and I can say where I work. And don't worry, they're not going to be changing the content of the channel. It's not going to be an advertising platform for them where they're like, hey, buy an excavator and blah, 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 blah. But just to know, you might be seeing their name and they might be giving some giveaways away. Okay, so here's the super simple rules for winning one of the hats. There are 3 hats. They are all the same style. In order to win them, you must be in the continental United States. All you have to do, leave a comment in the comment section of this video saying that you want to win one of the hats. I will then, after a week, take all of the comments saying that. I will pick 3 names out of the hat, and then I will post that the winners, the 3 winners, in the next video. So all you have to do is leave a comment, watch the next video. If I say your name, all you have to do is then email me at adeptape@yahoo.com saying that you won the hat, and then I will need your mailing address. That's it. So that's how you win the hat. It's very simple. So those answer the main 3 questions, but I kind of want to elaborate on the specifics of why I never said where I worked and why I never made this video. Well, actually, I was going to make this video about 2 years ago. So here's the history. I had worked for the previous dealer I was in for 15 years, and I was going to do a 100,000 subscribers special, which if you're watching my videos, you should be subscribed. But when you hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, it's kind of a milestone. YouTube will send you like this plaque, 100,000 subscribers. It's not like, you know, it doesn't make you a millionaire or anything, but it's kind of a milestone. And the very weekend that I earned that plaque, decided, or not just me, but my family decided we were going to move out of state, which meant I had to change dealerships. Since I was moving out of my dealer territory, I had to change jobs. And it's not like if you work for CAT, like corporate Caterpillar, you wouldn't have to change jobs. You would still be an employee of CAT because CAT has dealerships everywhere. But if you're a dealer employee, which is most CAT employees are dealer employees, if you move out of the dealer territory, you're going to have to change your job. So it's not exactly like starting over because dealerships will reciprocate experience to some extent, and you have a much better chance of getting hired if you were already working in another dealership. So luckily for me, I got the job, and I did say I had the YouTube channel at the time, and they were fine with that. As you can see, I continued to make videos fine. And I kind of wanted to not necessarily elevate the channel, but if I could somehow incorporate both the company I work for and my channel in some way to kind of scratch each other's back, as you were, I would like to do that. Now, there was a series of meetings, but anyway, Western States has decided that they are, in spirit, going to sponsor the channel. Like I said, they're not paying me directly to make videos, so like I said, it's not going to be commercials, and also it's not just an advertising platform for them. What's it like working for a cat dealership? Well, I've worked for two of them now, one for 15 years and Western States now for a year and a half. And each one's different and the same in some respects. So most cat dealerships are what they call them principal owned, which basically means they're family owned. And some of them carry the family's name, but some of them don't. So Western States, it's not like Mr. Western owns Western States. I'm not going to say the family name. So what's it like working for Western States? Well, first off, they gave me a job doing what I actually do love doing, which is working on cat diesel truck engines. That's what I really like to do, so I like my job. Also, like I said, they're family owned, and it has a family owned feel to it, but it's also large enough that, like a small family owned company that may go out of business any day, you pretty much know at Western States your paycheck's never going to bounce because it's big enough, but not too big. You know, if you work at, Southwest Airlines or General Motors, are you ever going to meet the CEO? Are you ever going to meet the owner? Probably not. But here, I have, pretty much every employee has, and they even have an orientation program where you meet the upper management and they discuss a lot of the company. And there's a couple other things. Now, I liked my previous dealership also, but there's a few things they do here that I like better than the previous dealership. One's their PTO, or paid time off policy. The other dealership, you had to work there a year before your PTO time kicked in. Here, you start accruing it the very first day that you start. Now, I believe you have to wait a few weeks before you can use it, but within a couple weeks, you've already accrued a PTO day, which is really nice. A couple other things. The training. I never really got a lot of training at my previous dealership. I got some, but here, I've been to more training here since I started, and like I said, I've only been about a year and a half, than I had in probably the last 8 years at my previous dealership. So that's really nice. And just a few other things that have impressed me. So last winter, I believe it was December, they just said, hey, how about none of the employees have to pay for their health insurance this year? Or not this year, this month. This year would be amazing, but this month. That was, to me, it was like a Christmas present kind of, but that was all the employees. And that's kind of that family-owned feel. Also, this was 2 weeks ago, they gave every employee a raise. Every employee at the company a raise. And not just, 5 cents. It's fairly significant. I'm not going to say the exact amount, but I have not had this happen to me before, and let's just say everyone was pretty well pleased with the results for that. So that pretty much covers it. How to get a hold of me, how to possibly win a hat, where I work, and who I work for. How about a little destruction of the week? This week's Destruction of the Week, we have everyone's favorite, a DEF problem. Now, this came in for a couple DEF issues, but look at the DEF buildup on the tank here. That is not snow or ice or dirt. That's actually DEF, and it's slowly been leaking out of this thing to the point where it's literally just completely enveloped the wiring. Everything was covered. Thought you guys might find that interesting. Thanks for watching.